Hey, my name is Vaughn. I'm learning how to speak Chinese, and one of the things I do to help me learn Chinese is watch Chinese television programs. Today I'm going to talk about Journey to the West, which is based on one of China's 4 great novels. It was written during the Ming Dynasty, of around the same time the Mayflower was landing at Plymouth Rock. It's based on the travels of a Buddhist monk who went to India to get Buddhist scriptures at the time of the Second Tang Emperor. And to put that in perspective, in Europe, that was the early Dark Ages. There's been different versions of Journey to the West made for Chinese television, but the one I watched is the one that's considered the classic one. It was made in the 1980s, and by most accounts, it's the one that's the most true to the book. It's also something that everyone in China has seen, and they show it over and over and over again. Before I watched this, I really was not that familiar with Journey to the West. I sort of knew a little bit about it. It wasn't really ingrained in my psyche as it is with everyone in China. When I started watching it, it looked rather random and confusing. I thought the special effects looked really cheesy. And the music sounded like early 80s disco, maybe. The monkeys reminded me of Shaka from Land of the Lost, and the Monkey King looked like Dr. Zaius from Planet of the Apes. That was sort of my first impression when I started watching it, but as I kept watching it, it really got to be quite good. In fact, it's really good. Once the story begins and gets into a groove, you sort of know what's happening. This monk is going to India to get the Buddhist scriptures to bring back to the Tang Emperor. And along the way, he finds 3 disciples, a monkey, a pig, and a river demon. And they're all different personalities, and none of them are perfect, and it's a good mesh. The Monkey King has the most powers, he's the most powerful, but he's kept in check by this headband that he wears that the monk can recite a prayer, and it gives the Monkey King a great deal amount of pain. Another thing that keeps the plot going is if you eat the monk's meat, you will become immortal. Anytime they roll into a new town and the bad guys know the monk is there, they get all excited and they want to cook him and eat his meat so they can live forever. They need to perform a certain number of tasks or go through a certain number of trials and tribulations in order to gain favor in heaven. And every episode is a different adventure. They didn't do all the stories in the first season, so years later they made another one with other stories. It's very entertaining. The acting is really good. It's really funny. It keeps your attention, and I definitely would say worth watching.